Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Exhumed movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Eyes Without a Face. This movie comes to me via suggestion from one of my official creepy patron peeps, Macabrella, who is the queen of Exhumed movie review suggestions. Seriously, get it, girl. Speaking of my creepy patron peeps, I want to say thank you to Macabrella and all of my patrons for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. After causing an accident that left his daughter Christiane severely disfigured, the brilliant surgeon Dr. Genesier, hopefully I said that right, didn't actually hear them pronounce it very clearly in the movie, works tirelessly to give the girl a new face. He does so, however, by kidnapping young women and attempting face transplants. He has been woefully unsuccessful to date. The doctor's world begins to collapse around him when his daughter realizes just what he has been doing. So let's get into what I liked about this. So kind of going off of that summary there, I liked how the movie had a kind of mad scientist kind of feel to it, but in a classy way, if that makes sense. Maybe classy is not the best word. There are a lot of really good mad scientist stories and movies out there. But I feel like this movie kind of had like a gothic element to it almost. Like it felt like kind of like along the same tone of like Frankenstein or, you know, or Dracula or some sort of gothic novel like that. Also, the mask that Christiane wears, super creepy. It's the most plain thing ever. Like, it's really nothing special, but it's just, you know, it's just really creepy. Like, you know, it's got like the features of a face almost, but like they don't, like the mouth doesn't move, and you can see the nose part of the mask going in and out when she's breathing, and it's just so it looks like a human, but it's unnatural, and it's just really creepy in the most like understated way, but yet oddly beautiful. So you know, you can kind of tell the mask was maybe like modeled after her face before the accident, so it's like kind of pretty yet kind of creepy. And speaking of Christiane, the actress who plays her, Edith Scobb, hopefully I said that right, did a really amazing job. I feel like you were able to really tell, you know, you're really able to connect with her even though you can't fully see her facial expressions because they're hidden behind a mask. All you can see are her eyes, obviously. You can tell a lot in terms of her emotions from her eyes and her body language, which, you know, probably isn't the easiest thing to do. I don't know anything about acting, but I'm sure that's not easy, and she did a really great job. I feel like the movie was super gruesome for its time, actually. Like, they show a lot more in terms of the face transplants than I thought that they were going to. Obviously, the kind of like effect of somebody like having their skin removed from their face is, you know, it looks pretty cheesy now, but I feel like just thinking about what time, or just thinking about what year this movie came out, pretty gruesome for, you know, I feel like a lot of times in horror movies back then, like they tended to not show a lot and it was left up to your imagination, but this one shows quite a lot. I was surprised. I also really liked the relationship Christiane had with the animals. Father, who is the doctor, has a whole room just like full of dogs and cages and birds and things like that, and you know, it's made very clear that the animals are his, you know, like test subjects before he works on his daughter and other human patients. And there's a really touching moment where Christiane goes into that room with the dogs and she's, you know, going to each dog and petting them and spending time with them, and you can really see how she feels, you know, like a sort of kinship with the animals, because she also feels like she is a guinea pig, she's a test subject, and she's locked away in her own cage, which is the house, because of her disfigured face that she's ashamed of. She can't go out into public, she can't see her fiance and things like that. So I really like that relationship. And definitely gonna spoil the ending here. It totally relates to her eventual freedom. The last victim of the doctor, you know, wakes up and is able to break free, and then Christiane goes and releases all of the animals. She releases the birds and the dogs and everything like that, and the dogs maul the doctor. and kill him, and she's able, you know, that movie just ends with her walking out of the house with like all the animals around her, you know, and things like that. And I feel like the animals are very parallel to her story, so I liked that. And I like the kind of open ending that the movie had. So the way I describe the ending is just how it ends. It's her like leaving the house, and you know, the dogs are running free and there's birds around her, and she's just kind of like walking out into nature, and that's how it ends. And I really like that open ending, especially too with her fiance, who during part of the movie gets a phone call from her, so he involves the police in trying to investigate, you know, what's going on and if the doctor is up to something shady. But they kind of mistakenly closed the case, and the fiance it just was kind of like understood that he is accepted that he's got to move on or whatever. And I like how it just like leaves it open-ended, like there's no closure, like you don't know whether Christiane tries to go to her fiance or what she does. I don't know, I just really like the ending. I don't have any interpretation as to what I think like she goes and does from that point, but I'm okay with that. The only thing I didn't like, actually, which is something I normally really like in movies, is the music cues. I feel like all of the characters have very distinct themes that play repetitively whenever they're on screen. And some of them, not all of them, some of them are kind of comical, especially the one that plays whenever the doctor's assistant Louise is on the hunt for a new victim. Louise is responsible for finding the girls and tricking them to come back to the doctor's house so they can knock them out and perform the face transplant. And she has just this very distinct theme that's just, it's kind of like the Three Stooges or something. It sounds like, it just sounds very comical, and it's like, it's not very, I think it might be like the volume too. It's like super loud in the movie too, and I just feel like it's supposed to be menacing, but there's nothing menacing about it, and that's the only thing I really gotta pick at this movie. So that being said, was Eyes Without a Face worth it? I say yes. I really enjoyed watching it. I don't know why it took me so long to watch this movie, but I'm glad I did. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. On IMDb, it has a 7.8 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 98% critic score and an 87% audience score, and Roger Ebert gave it a 3.5 out of 4. I was able to watch this on Amazon, of course, like I watch everything. So I'll leave an affiliate link for that in the description box if you want to check it out for yourself. There's no pressure to use that link, but if you do, it does help out the channel a little bit. So if you've seen Eyes Without a Face, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange.